what's going on, man?
Hello?
Hey, what's going on?
I don't know what was going on, it wouldn't let me connect. Every time I joined it, it would say, like, can't connect due to, like, a network error.
Dude, I got Gran Turismo 7.
Oh yeah, I'm watching you play it right now.
Yeah, it's like it's a racing simulator. It's like it offers realistic driving. At least it's supposed to. You know, I find that like the driving, it's not as arcadey as like Need for Speed, and what I mean by that is like the physics aren't as realistic in Need for Speed. Like in this game, there's a lot in this game. There really is. Like you get to wash your car. You know, your cars get dirty if you drive them a whole lot. You have to change your car's oil. You know, you have to check your car's oil and see its level. If it's too low, it will start messing with the performance. You know, you have to, you know, that kind of stuff. You know, and on top of all of that, you know, the game has dynamic weather. Wind and aerodynamics affect the car's handling at certain speeds, obviously. This game has a wide variety of cars. But anyway, so the good news is the dentist was able to fix the issue, and it did not kill me. It was only $600. You know, now if they were to do the filling plus the plus putting on the cap and you know all that, you know, because it would also count as like the consultation and X-ray and everything else, it would have came out to $2,000. But since I just got the filling, the X-ray, and the consultation, it only cost like $630. No, it was $622.47. That is actually the number on the receipt. So I was able to afford that, and then I got those new brakes put on my Camaro. And I still have $500. So we're not doing too bad.
Bro, I'll be honest, I'm not really, like, excited, bro.
Oh, adult life?
It wasn't that, it's just school. So apparently, like, I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't doing my assignments during, like, COVID. And then on top of that, it was, like, really annoying, like, going to online, just for it to be, like, really sucky. So I failed most of my freshman classes, and I didn't get the credits for those classes, so basically I had to take classes during my senior year to cover those credits. And each class that I failed, or each semester that I failed, cost like $50, and I didn't know that until like I completed all of it.
So you want to know how I broke the school system?
Cheated. I cheated.
No, I didn't actually cheat. I legitimately cheated. I cheated without technically cheating. I used technicalities. So right, obviously I have ADHD, and you know, I don't know. I was put in special classes. I'm not gonna hold you. I was put in special classes. I genuinely mean that. I was put in classrooms with students that needed instructions on how to pick their nose. All right. Like those are the type of classes that they put me in. Okay. So because of that, I had what do you call it, an IEP. And so because that IEP allowed for a couple of stipulations when it comes down to, like, you know, what's acceptable and what isn't, you know, I was able to get away with certain things. One of those things was when I got expelled for behavioral issues, not educational issues, but behavioral. Um, and because those behavioral issues were not severe, I wasn't violent or anything like that. I just was uncooperative and unruly. I had walked out of school. I had literally walked out of the front door. I just said, fuck this, and I walked out. And I kept doing it, and doing it, and doing it, and eventually it got me in trouble. Now, mind you, at that point in time, I had a student wanting to fight me. There was, obviously the typical school bullshit drama. And on top of all that, I had a teacher that was up my ass.
Why are you failing my math class?
And so I said, well, I don't know, why are you failing to teach me? It's a two-way street here. And so, it's just like, at that point I just gave up. Now, mind you, I was growing up in a very abusive household. So, you go home and get abused, you go to school and get made fun of, and then, you go home to, your only escape is the PlayStation or your video games or what few friends you do have. When you get on your on the PlayStation, it makes you fucking pissed because of bullshit. At that point in time, I was playing Grand Theft Auto a lot, and I was getting frustrated at that. So education was like the least of my concerns, but when they expelled me, my future was jeopardized because I wanted to join the Marine Corps. I wanted to be in the armed forces. So I know that would have jeopardized me. So I got put in this program called home instruction, which is basically like a tutor. So you would go to school for half of a day. I would leave at 12. I'd leave at lunchtime.
Shit.
And then the rest of the classes I would have taken that day, I would, they'd get compounded with whatever, tutor that they would assign me. The only thing was I only had to do home instruction classes twice a week, only twice a week. Now, mind you, you can go anywhere where there's Wi-Fi. That's the trick. So me and my home instructor would go to McDonald's or whatever restaurant we really wanted to with Wi-Fi, eat, and literally just do whatever classes it was. It was so fucking easy. But I'd literally leave half of a day. So my math, English, and all the bullshit classes, the primary subject classes, would get compounded into home instruction. My science, history, extracurricular activities like gym and stuff like that, which are easier fucking credits, I didn't have to do band, I didn't have to take a foreign language, and I didn't have to take any state exams or tests at all, period. So on my state exams for Ohio, I put B as all my answers, and I passed with extra credits. I graduated early with extra credits, and I failed every test.
That's so relatable.
So, quite literally, I remember it vividly. The year was 2019. No? Yeah, it was. Fucking... Because, like, the new Modern Warfare 2019 came out, right? Fucking... I get to the library where they're having us do our, like, state exam or state test or whatever, and everyone's all, like, stressed out about it. I walk up in there, not even giving a fuck. And I just put B as all my answers, and when it came down to the written responses, I said, I don't know. That was my written response to every written response is, I don't know. And so I was the first kid to pass, and everybody looked at me, bro. Everybody looked at me. I was the first one to complete the test. Record time. Bro, there were geniuses that were studying for months for this test. And here I am just putting B as all my fucking answers, and I'm the first one done. Boom. I'm like, what do I do for the rest of the day? Well, since there's nothing you can do, you could just do study hall or go to the gym. So I went to the gym, I was just playing basketball by myself, and then when it came time to leave at 12, I left. Bro, that's gangster, bro.
That's crazy.
Yep. Well, everyone else was sitting in there with those like lifesavers that they put down on the little desk. They give you these lightsavers and the little glass of water. They're like, here's some refreshments for your test. And I'm just like, fuck that shit. Went to the cafeteria, bought me some snacks, went back to the gymnasium, and then I went to like the weightlifting room, and I just started just working out, bro. Then I left at 12. Bus took me literally to my home. It dropped me like right off at my front door.
Damn.
It was that simple,
See,
bro.
I got like 5 more weeks left of school and then I'm done, man.
Yeah, and as for the whole COVID shit situation, I'll tell you what happened there. We got put into these pod classes and shit. And those are fucking dog shit easy, bro. And as for all the online stuff, like when it came down to the webcam, I was literally like, you know, when they made you do like the Zoom calls and shit, like the Zoom class calls, I was literally playing video games during that process. I was openly playing Call of Duty with my classmates in the video call. And I told the teacher to hold up because I had a high K. I didn't want to lose my high KD during the match. Yep. But, man, I miss those times. I miss school. As much as I hated it, I missed it. I miss socializing. 'Cause nowadays, it's hard to even meet people. Alrighty. Oh, and by the way, yesterday, I had bought every Fast and Furious... Well, not every Fast and Furious movie. I bought 10 of them. I bought the Fast and Furious 10 movie collection. So last night I binge watched 1 through 3. So the Fast and the Furious, 2 Fast and Furious, and Fast and Furious 3 Tokyo Drift. Legend cars. The Ferrari F40 better be in this. That's a legendary car. The McLaren F1 better be in this. The Ford GT40 better be in this. Ooh, there's a lot of good stuff in here. Whoa! Fuck, that's expensive. 1.2 million. Holy shit. Ferrari F50's in the game. I have this exact car as a diecast model in the 1 to 18th scale. It's the 1967, I think. Yeah, it's a 1967 Ford Mark IV race car. I have this exact model car. I've shown it on the channel like twice. Exact same livery and everything. Well, actually, now that I'm actually have the model in my hand, it is a very similar livery, but mine does not have the number 1 on it, but it is the same like white pinstripes on the side and race stripes on the top. That nice red. Oh my god, dude, they nailed us down to every detail. They even had the Goodyear tires on it. My model is the exact same tires, exact same Goodyear tires with the red, with a very thin, not red, with a very thin blue wall on it, you know. And on top of that, the only thing that's different is the inner rim on the game has, it's like that blue color. On mine is on the model I have is the red. So apart from the you know, the number 1 on there, That's the only thing on my model that does not, that I do not have, but everything else is exact. Holy shit. That is crazy. Had to wish list for fucking sure. I am disappointed that the F40 is not in the game, but the F50 is. What was your favorite racing series?
Man, I mean, it wasn't a racing game, but it was like a little game that it was little like racing mode from Rage.
Oh.
That was fun to play. The fact that you could like customize your little car, add guns to it, add like special like mines and stuff. Oh yeah, wait, no, they did have an online mode with like the cars and stuff. I like that. Shame.
I have to say, for me, it would have to be Need for Speed Most Wanted. That was my favorite racing game of all time. Underground 2 comes very close. And the game I'm currently playing, Gran Turismo 7, it's up there. I'll tell you that right now, this game is up there for being one of my favorite racing games. It's my favorite racing game on the PS5. And it's tied right there with Need for Speed Heat.
I'm damn dude. This is the most cursed shotgun I've ever seen. They put like a little like blade at the end of this shotgun.
Wait a second, did
Playing Borderlands right now.
Wait a second. Oh yeah, we do have someone watching. I think they sent a comment, I forgot to read it out loud. There it is. Yeah, I try to find people to hang out with today, but everyone is just working during the weekend, man.
But you know how it is, right? Fucking war right now.
My friend Ronan went to college, and then I think he dropped out. But I'm so glad I didn't go to college for like the financial part of it, but like the social part of it, dude. Like, dude, bro, I upgraded my charisma and I upgraded like my style since high school. You know, I used to be like that weird quiet kid.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it, you know, really came, like the social awkwardness came from like a lack of understanding how to properly express myself, right? I think that's what it is for a lot of people. once you feel comfortable enough to express yourself, and you feel comfortable enough to talk to people. Like, but in today's world, COVID made everybody socially awkward, man. So now that the playing field is kind of leveled out, now I've gotten a lot more comfortable. Damn, I cannot make that turn. Almost about to win this race. Wow, after several attempts, I finally get that
This rough. What the hell?
Oh, hey, homies in the other homies in the, in the, live stream. Whoa! Boom. We're cooked. I tore up the car, but in the process I won.
It's time. What the hell?
Nissan Fairlady Z. Oh, it's like the Z, the Z350 or the 300Z, basically. How do you feel about getting your driver's license, man?
Are you talking about me?
Yeah.
I didn't get it yet.
Well, no, I'm just asking like how do you feel about like getting it? Like how do you feel about like the process of like are you ready for it? Or are you nervous?
Bro, I'm gonna have to go to more school just to get my driver's license. You know, by that logic, they should just fucking